And hey guys, good morning and welcome back to an episode of Folders and Backlist, the mid-morning solo cipher. I am Ebony Jefferson, certified spiritual life coach, certified meditation teacher, herbal healer, and mentor of magic, sending you guys much love, high vibrations, and positive energy throughout the airwaves. For blessings on making today a better day than yesterday, and blessings on utilizing today as a stepping stone for creating your best version of tomorrow. Ashe, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, I'm excited. Tomorrow, July 3rd, is Crown Day. And Crown Day, in my head, I keep saying National Crown Day, National Crown Day. And I'm going to keep saying it because this is how manifestation works. Crown Day is based on the Crown Act legislation. And I want to read this verbatim so that way I don't mess it up. Crown Day, meaning creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. Established to create and protect the beauty of Black natural hair and to push back against discrimination based on hair texture and styles. The day is rooted in the Crown Act legislation, which seeks to ensure freedom to wear natural hairstyles like locks, braids, and afros in schools and the workplace. This is really big. I'm excited because I've actually experienced race-based discrimination via the hair. I had a job interview, and for those who don't know, my mom's did HR for 20 plus years. She worked in the human resources area. So when I say I am well versed and trained on how to skill an interview, how to stand out in a group interview, and I said, I don't play. If I get the interview, I almost always got the job. So I went through the interview process. It was a two-part process. Part one, skilled that. Had the one-on-one, skilled that. I was basically given the job. I was given the rundown on what to expect as far as a phone call, scheduling, things of that nature. And right before the handshake and the exit, I kid you not, he complimented my hair. Backstory. I'm pushing 1 decade natural hair. It's been about 9.5 years. This interview was about 8 years ago. So I had just started with the natural hair. And to be 100% honest, it was an amazing transformation for me. I've been wearing a perm since second grade. I will never forget my first perm. I shade to the ancestor. My friend Selena got her hair perm the same day I did. We both used Just For Me. You could not tell us nothing. We was in there just pulling on our hair that day. We were the shit. And I've had my hair permed since then. Unfortunately, when you grow up only seeing white people on TV or people who don't look like you, even the Black girls. There was only, shout out to Ruby Huxtable. I'm sad I don't know her real name, but she was the only, and Laura Winslow as well. They were only two Black girls I remember on television with four type hair, 4B, 4C, you know what I mean? So yeah, when you always, and eventually they ended up blowing both of theirs out. But they did start with the natural texture, which was healthy for me and little girls that look like me to see. But realistically, everyone's hair was straight. Straight hair became synonymous with beauty. And yeah, I felt beautiful with straight hair. So once I outgrew the the stereotype and the need for the outside validation via the straight hair, and I embraced my natural hair, I felt extremely offended that my hair even came up in the job interview. So this oh, I didn't even tell y'all what he said, right? Yap. And my bad. I've been getting tongue tied a lot. This is like take 5,022. But yeah, so at the end of the interview, right before the exit, he compliments my hair. It was in a puff. And I remember, slipped that we what baby hair had died out and wasn't resurrected yet. So my hair was pushed back. It was slicked down at the edges with gel. Edge tamer wasn't even a thing back then. And it was neat. I want to say that it was probably a twist out because that was the go-to. Bottom line is I went professional and neat and clean. And I thought I looked cute. So he complimented my hair, which was like, oh, thank you. But then he threw in his little 2 cents about how I can't come to work with any hair color that doesn't grow naturally out of someone's head. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't even wear colored hair. This is new within like the last 5 years. And I've only wore red and gray, and that's what started it, the gray. I have a thing with gray hair. I love it. Anyway, so I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't even wear colored hair. So I just politely, okay. And he reiterated, he had like no pinks, no greens, no purples. And I'm thinking to myself, no shade, sisters, but I'm thinking to myself, like, who the fuck wears pink, green, and purple hair to work? Again, my moms did HR work for decades. I was trained to look a certain way at an interview. It's the only way I knew to look, and colored hair wasn't part of the training. So, and just me at that time being a little prototype of my mom's, realistically, my mother's never wore colored hair. I've never even seen my mom's dye her hair. I've seen her streak it before, but that's as far as she's ever went. So the idea of even wearing colored hair just instantly threw me into the rickshaw headspace. Like, is he trying to say that I'm ghetto? Like, that I don't know better than to show up at a professional atmosphere looking anything less than professional? So, yes, I felt like that was race-based discrimination, and I was highly offended about it. And the Crown Act, the Crown Legislation Act, the Crown Act legislation, excuse me, is a movement to stop things of that nature. Can you imagine putting love and care into your child's locks, and on their first day of school, having them pent up all beautiful, sending them to school, and them being sent home with a note saying that their hair was distracting and that they can't come back to school looking like that? And the sad thing is, see, I'm here in New York City. New York City does a really great job of pretending that there's no racial issues or dynamics or barriers, which there really is. But we don't deal with it on the same level as other states do, and I'm not even gonna pretend like we do. Um, some places are still on that bullshit. You really still are forced to either conform to what they feel is the status of beauty or professionality, professional presentation, or start your own business, or just, struggle. Like, it's madness. And this day is really important as a natural hair girly, as a producer of handmade, high quality herbal hair care products. Crown Day is right up my alley, and I just had to, long intro aside, I just had to dedicate an episode to the beauty and the magic of natural black hair. So let's jump into it. So, what can I say? Black hair is magic. Black people are magic. Black skin is magic. We are just magical fucking beings, and our hair is absolute proof. For many people today, hair is considered a fashion statement. And why not? It's beautiful. Rock that shit, sis. Ancestrally, our hair was understood to be an extension of our divinity. It grows towards the sun because it's an antenna. It allows us to receive messages as well as to send out messages from the divine. And not just the hair on our head, the hair on our bodies, on the back of our necks. This is why they stand up. This is why they respond. We get goosebumps. Even the hair under our arms, our pubic hair, these hairs are protective. They keep out germs and dirt. Our hair is absolutely amazing. It is so much more than a status quo. A lot of women, unfortunately, have been programmed to believe that long hair makes you better than somebody. Women spend thousands in the black hair care dollar has to be in the millions, if not billions. We spend so much time on our hair, so much money, so much effort on our hair as a representation of beauty and, again, status of popularity, when it's absolutely so much more. Magical beginnings. Always make the quote, especially when I'm promoting the hair care products: healthy hair is hair that grows. Our ancestors knew that. Our hair was a sign, was used as an indicator to determine the status of our health. If it grew, if it broke off easily, if it was dull, if it was shiny, if it bounced back. People think that shrinkage is a bad thing. Shrinkage is actually a sign of healthy hair, because those tight spirals that we've been trained to think were naps are actually a protective measure from dry out and sun damage. You have to remember, no matter where you live right now, ancestrally, we come from the equator. We come from warm tropical places. Our hair was used to protect us from extreme levels of heat, along with the highly melanated skin that we were blessed with. But it wasn't immune to dry out. You understand? Our hair, the sweat glands, that's why we sweat so much from our hair. All these things were used to keep us safe, to protect us, and to help us connect with higher beings. This is why our crown, our ovary, is on the top of our head. It's the highest point on our body, the vertical highest point. Or that's you raising your hands up. But yeah, it's where we connect, is where we receive. It's a staple of our divinity. And our hair holds power. It's a magical tool. It holds memory. This is why a lot of women, a lot of Black women, when we go through a certain amount of trauma, when we evolve through a certain phase of life, we have this urge. And a lot of men, actually, that I've spoken to, especially men with locks, have agreed, when we make certain changes or have certain urges to change, a lot of the time we big chop. The hair has to come off. It's just a rite of passage that we're spiritually still so heavily invested in. Most people do it subconsciously with no real idea that what they're doing is an ancient practice. When we move on, we need a fresh start. Cutting off our hair is very often one of the very first things that we do. I know for me, myself, when I made the decision to remove meat from my diet, no, I went vegan after. Yeah. And when I made the decision to stop perming my hair, it was maybe about a year and a half into my natural state, where I realized I need to get rid of what was permed. Not just because it wasn't conforming back to its natural state. It actually was. I did a really good job with detoxing and trimming my hair. So I didn't have too bad of a texture complex, but the hair itself was a reminder of so much. The energy that it held was really negative, and I was transforming into a new person, and I just felt that urge, like, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of all of it. And I did. I big chopped, and I kid you not, within a year of the big chop, I ended up cutting meat out of my diet. My entire perception of life changed. My spiritual gifts enhanced immensely. Why? Because I didn't have all that toxic chemicals and bull crap. And besides removing the perm, that's when I began creating my own skin and hair care products. My hair was being treated with high quality natural butters, herbs, um, even everything that was going into my head was natural. And because of that, because of the lack of chemicals and the lack of treatment that my hair was experiencing, I was able to receive messages a lot more. I was able to think a lot more clearly, and I was just able to make so many more rapid changes. Hair is absolutely magical. This is why hair is incorporated as a cure in many spells, not just love spells, self-love spells, baneful magic, prosperity work. Hair is often utilized as a representation of the self. So when you are making changes for self, when you are becoming a new version of self, cutting your hair off, it just makes sense. Since I mentioned the products, I have to jump into, I want to pull more rather into the creation of the products. Our hair is a part of us. And a lot of people, again, are so focused on the length of the hair, the length of the hair. Healthy hair is hair that grows, and healthy hair starts at the scalp. I've never taken any kind of cosmetology or hair schools. The closest I ever been, honestly, was babysitting my big sister while she does hair, while she learned about hair, you know what I'm saying? Watching, learning, absorbing. And the funny thing is, I didn't realize I was paying that much attention. So I don't have much experience when it comes to, or much knowledge on the actual science of hair. I've never really cared to learn it. But I am a herbalist. I am a healer, and I do understand the process of healing, and the power of herbs is medicine when it comes to healing. And especially, like I said, around that time, my daughter was about 3 when I decided that I was no longer going to buy hair care products anymore. I First of all, being a mom of a daughter, I was really, that was another big step in me no longer perming my hair. I didn't want my daughter to grow up with the same complex thinking that straight hair was pretty, and subconsciously programming herself to believe that black, anything associated with black, whether it be it the complexion, the texture of our hair, was um inferior. So my daughter was a big part, being a mom to a little black girl was a big part of me embracing my natural hair as I wanted her to embrace hers. And I want to say she was about 2 or 3 years old where when I made the decision to stop buying hair care products. I first of all went really hard on only purchasing hair care products that were made by black companies. I tried oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for naming nobody names. But yeah, I tried. I gotta give them shout outs because I did. I tried Aunt Jessie's or Aunt Jackie's. I don't even remember what the name is. I tried Cantu. I had tried I was going through a lot of products, and in all honesty, some of them were great for styling her hair, but not for nourishing her hair. And then some of them, it was the same thing with me. Some of them were good for styling, but a lot of them were drying my hair out. And being that I was always a cocoa butter, shea butter girl, my mom's raised me on cocoa butter. And then I discovered shea butter and fell in love with it. So I always had shea butter around for my skin. And just naturally, me being me, eventually started playing with the shea butter, mixing it with different oils, and realized very quickly that I was making products for our hair that worked better for our hair than I was buying. So from there, I got into the lab, started playing with different butters. I started doing research. Again, I'm a learner. I love to learn. I'm a herbalist. I love herbs. I've always had an affinity with plant medicine. So I was learning about what plants are good for your hair internally as well as externally. And again, hair magic, alchemy happened. I created Miracle Cream. Then from Miracle Cream, I created Chubby Butter. And from there, I created my herbal healing oil. I created Hair Alchemy. And all of these products are products that were created for personal use at first and just expanded to products for sale. When you find something that works, my thing is not only stick with it, let it be known to other people, because if I'm going through, no man is an island. Y'all know I'm famous for that. If I'm going through something, other people are going through something too. And the ability to create products that were wonderful for styling hair and nourishing the scalp, so that way you can actually have a healthy scalp that produces healthy hair. Again, healthy hair is hair that grows. This is why my daughter's hair is absolutely down her back. I just told her yesterday when I'm braiding her hair for currently, and as we were doing it, we did a length check, and I was letting her know, like, yo, I put so much love, so much care into your hair. It's so beautiful to see how it shows. I try not to put it in her head, not to cut her hair. She's getting older, and I want her to have freedom to do whatever she wants. But her hair is proof that, one, healthy hair is hair that grows, and two, that hair is magic and enchantment is a real thing, which brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about: hair magic. So glamour magic is its own realm. It covers everything from skincare, hair care, self-love. I am not, if you guys want an episode dedicated on glamour magic, we can definitely do that. Like I tell everybody, I'm a universal witch. I don't have one base where there are just glamour witches who they specialize in glamour magic. I specialize in everything. If it's in the universe, it's mine. And glamour is no different. I just have an herbalistic healing approach to glamour. I don't believe glamour should be disguised. I believe that glamour should be a result of health. It should be a inside out thing. How do you say beauty is from the inside? Beauty projects from the inside out. Yeah, so does health. And when you're healthy inside and out, it shows. Your skin glows, your hair grows, your nails grow. You walk, talk, and just breathe differently when you're healthy. So my approach with glamour magic is always through healing, always through herbalism and through enchantment of herbs. Flow is a real thing. Oils are fluid. Anything that flows can be programmed. I enchant my oils. I enchant my herbs as well. Herbs are from the earth. They are connected to divine source. They can hear prayers. They can hold energy and messages. The mycelium network is a real thing. Just because a plant has been removed from it, there is still a spiritual connection. Talk to your products, especially if you make them yourself. Enchantment is a real thing. I bless my herbs. I bless my oils before creating my products, before adding them to my hair, before adding them to my daughter's hair. I speak to them. I thank them for the botanical oils that they're allowing me to utilize for my healing, for my health, for my beauty. I request and connect with them, and I let them know this is what I need. This is what I'm asking from you. I'm connecting with you, and I'm becoming one with you, harmonizing. And if it is in your will, because realistically, in magic, as much as we command, we have to respect the fact that everything has a right to participate or not. So I always come with respect when I'm connecting with, especially herbs, because again, herbs are ancient, herbs connected to things far beyond our understanding. So I definitely come 100% in their medicine. You're going to take them in, even if you put them on topically, onto your hair, onto your scalp, what, 79, 89%, 92%, something like that, of what we put on our skin is absorbed by our skin within like 20 minutes of application of it. So yeah, I'm really big. Hence why a lot of those chemical products, just a little side note, why they have that timer on them. Don't leave, and you notice most of them, they tell you don't leave in for more than 20 minutes, right? There's a reason for that. That shit is dangerous. It'll get sucked into your skin, into your bloodstream. Where does your blood go? Everywhere. Just think about that. Or I'm not here to tell nobody how to live their life. I'm just sharing knowledge that I have and understandings, and yeah, do with that as you will. But yeah, so I bless my herbs. I enchant my herbs. Another magical hair care secret that I absolutely enjoy doing is visualization. So if you could imagine when I'm doing my own hair, even with the braids, right? The entirety of my hair, whether I'm braiding my hair, I'm moisturizing my hair, I'm combing my hair, as I'm doing it, not only am I in my mind, if not out loud, speaking positive thoughts, speaking blessings, visualizing my hair longer than what it is, healthier what it is than what it is. If your hair, like when I'm twisting my natural hair, right? So let's say, let's get this hair's mad long for no reason. So Once I would get to the hair of the tip of a natural tip, I do this to my daughter hair. I do this to anybody here that I do. And that's going to be a separate conversation real quick if I don't forget. Once I get to the end, always pull longer than, I always pull longer than what the hair is. Visualizing the hair actually lengthening out to where I'm pulling, if that makes sense. It's a enchantment technique, it's a visualization technique, it's a manifestation technique to encourage the hair to reach that length. You got to remember, what we see in the mind, manifestation is only the act of taking what's in the mind's eye and bringing it into fruition. You have to see it first. If you can't imagine yourself with long flowing hair, you'll never imagine yourself, but you'll never actually be able to achieve long flowing hair. Or if you do grow the hair, you'll notice that you won't keep the hair to break off really easily. Mind, body, soul alignment is a real thing. And in anything you do, you have to be aligned. Visualize your hair long and healthy. Visualize it beautiful, whether it's curly and moist and manageable, easy to comb through, whatever issues that you're having with your hair that you want reversed, things that you want improved. Again, remember, as a life coach, my job is to help you create your best version of life and self. It's little things like this that we don't realize play a really big part in our best versions of life and self. When you have an idea in your mind of what you want to look like, whether it's your weight, your breast size, your butt size, your height, you can take small actions to actually make that your reality. And your hair length, your hair health is absolutely no different. Before I forget and move on, a note on doing hair. If you're a hair stylist, if you get your hair done by others, crown, ovary, pineal gland, top of our head, antenna, beacon, receive, omit. Be careful of the hands that touch your head. Be careful of the heads you touch with your hands. All extensions of the body are antennas. Some are stronger than others. Some are more sensitive, I should say, are more sensitive and receptive to energy than others. Our fingers and our head are two of the most receptive points on our body. Be careful whose head you touch and be careful who you let touch your hair. Energy is transferable. And if you are sitting in a chair for hours, letting someone braid your hair, blow your hair out, comb your hair, twist your hair, and they are going through bullshit in their life. They are full of sorrow. They are full of drama. They are a nasty person. They are doing bad things. Hair salons are known to be very gossipy. I haven't been in a hair salon in years because I do my own hair. I've been understood the power of fingers and head mat and hair and the magic behind it. So I've been stopped letting people touch my hair. But traditionally, hair salons are known to be very gossipy. There are a lot of people there. They're there for different reasons. They're very high energy. Money's being transferred. There are a lot of low-key magical things happening in a beauty salon, and words are spells, and people are popping shit about other people, popping shit about themselves, speaking negatively about themselves. Like, yeah, girl, because he don't like how I look, and I don't like this, and I'm tired of that nappy. First of all, nappy is not a real thing. It's dry. It's extremely dry, thirsty hair. Wash that bitch, condition that bitch, moisturize that bitch, and leave it alone. Do it repetitively, because if your hair has been dry for years, of course it's going to need a lot of care. But we have to take that word. I hate nappy. Like, I believe for so long that my hair was nappy. Shit don't make no fucking sense. We got to be careful of the words we use in the programming that we teach people. There's no such thing as nappy hair. The bitch is fucking dry. And if you have high porosity or low porosity hair, you might not be moisturizing it properly. You could be over moisturizing it, and that's why it's all greasy. Yo, obvious. Again, I'm passionate about this. Hair is such a big thing, especially amongst Black women. We really judge ourselves and each other on the health, length, and care, the styles of our hair. And it's absolutely insane. The only thing we need to be worried about is the health of it. So back to what I was saying. Be very careful of who you allow to do hair, to do your hair, because they can be programming it subconsciously too. And sometimes people do it with hate. We all heard stories of people going in for their ends clipped and coming out with 3-4 inches missing. People can be malicious on purpose. So can you imagine how many more people are subconsciously and unknowingly spewing hate and bad thoughts, negativity, illness? And again, it's the same thing if you're a hairstylist. I can't imagine doing hair with gloves, but rubber is a great barrier for energy and electricity. But this is why it's important to wash your client's hair, not only so that way you're dealing with hygiene wise clean hair, but if you're anything like me, there's definitely a spiritual herb in your shampoo. You're cleansing their head. People, a lot of times, again, self-hate is horrible. And if you're sitting there for hours combing someone's hair, braiding, twisting someone's hair, and they're in that chair full of desperation, just hoping to be pretty, hoping to be accepted, hoping to be loved, you might end up going home with residual energy from that client. So it's really important to understand that hair care is more than just fashion, it's spiritual. We have to be mindful when we are dealing with our hair. It's self-love. At least it should be considered a part of self-love, even bigger than glamour magic. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when we love ourselves, we omit love. I'm relearning love right now, and I'm experiencing it in every fucking aspect of life. Is absolutely amazing. And I've been understood that love of hair, it represents so much. This is the status that we should be excited about the world seeing when we step out. And I think I covered everything, guys. Unfortunately, this might ended up a little longer than I expected, but who cares? If you made it this long, Al, you already know you're the real MVP. Shout out to you. Don't forget tomorrow, July 3rd, if you guys are seeing this today, July 2nd, obviously, is Crown Day. If you follow me on social media, I've been posting all week long on hair care. Definitely jump into the conversation. Share your own personal magical tips and tricks and spiritual beliefs behind hair. It's magic, it's care, it's beauty, anything, right? The flash sale is going on, www.ebonyim.com. All of my hair care products are on sale for 48 hours. The sale ends tomorrow at midnight. And I think that covers everything, guys. Whether you wear your hair perms, natural, straight, curly, cornrows, box braids, wigs, shaved off, hot side. Listen, your hair is yours. Let it be a representation of you, of your magic, of your beauty, of your health, right? Let it be something that you love because it's a part of you, and let that show. We've all, whether it was at the workplace, at school, amongst peers, in our own home, faced some kind of discrimination based on our hair. We all, as Black women, have understood that when people see our hair, we can easily be categorized as ghetto, as pretty, as stuck up. Our hair has so much tied to it. The whole purpose of this episode, to leave you guys with just a final thought, is your hair is you. It's your beauty, it's your health, it's, oops. Your hair is whatever you want it to be. And with movements like Crown Day and the Crown legislation, oh yeah, that's what I want to say. If you are in a state that does not recognize Crown Day, that does not recognize the Crown Act legislation, please email your Congress, email your Senate, email the heads of your state. We as citizens have to take active roles in making our voices heard. There's power in numbers. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your children. Speak up for your brothers and sisters who are facing race-based discrimination via hairstyles and textures. Our hair is symbolic to our culture. Don't let nobody take that from you. And before my laptop dies, guys, I love you all. Much ashe, namaste, and later.